I'm going to go ahead and start recording this. Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Alright, so this is Cycle 2, Round 2, Battle of Frankfurt. They're just a couple miles out of Frankfurt. The Union Corps under command of... Oh, shit, let me figure out who that is. Under Colonel John A. McClelland and Colonel Alexander M. McCook are commanding two Union corps against Polk's Corps and Hardee's Corps. Currently, the Union Army has artillery advantage, but less men. It seems that they have a pretty superior position on the field. We've got this unit over here in position to push against who is it? John's Corps, McLaren's Corps. Then we've got Hardee's Corps separated into two regiments. Cab over here. And then a secondary rank of infantry. They're just taking hell of gunfire right now. And then we have Polk's Corps looking like they're going to be making a large left wing swing down over here into this valley. There's a hell of a fight going on right now. The whole line is basically engaging each other. Looks like the lines are now opening up fire. We've got battle across the entire battle line. Oh! Oh, wow! Hardee is going to be advancing his units forward. Polk's units are moving on to this far left wing. The far right wing of the Union infantry, far left wing to Polk's forces. He's pushing in a huge corps of infantry over here, and he's going to try to come in through the back and puncture a hole through the enemy right, or for the Union right. But so far, I don't really see how that's going to work out for him, because these units are already taking a beating. It looks like some skirmishers are taking some hits. Polk's Corps, let's say his right side, Polk's right wing is taking a hit from artillery. Nice. It's a little laggy because we're on ultra settings right now, and there were probably around 20,000 units on the field, and probably one of the largest engagements I've seen in a long time. Let me shut that map down. Right now we can see the entire position. Let's go check out these guys. Now we're going to go over here. Still advancing. What a firefight. So it looks like the Union are going to be the Union's right flank is going to be holding this tree line here in a crescent. You can see it. And they're going to be holding there. They've got dismounted cav, more infantry swinging over to the right here. However, I don't think that's really going to be enough to hold this huge corps that's pushing in onto the enemy or the Union right flank. Union infantry have plenty of reserves hanging back. We've got Hardee's Corps pushing forward in the center. They're reinforcing the center with more infantry. We've got 2 or 3 more corps coming over to reinforce the center. Hardee's Corps is holding on the right, or on the left wing, the Union left. So they're pushing more corps of infantry over to the right to secure the center, because they believe the enemy are going to make a big push through the center here and on the hard left. So the Union looks to be moving troops back up the hill and over to the right. Wow, what a battle. This is a huge, huge, huge battle. They're fighting right along this little valley here. Let's see if we're taking... It looks like the Confederates are going to be taking more casualties in this battle because of that artillery advantage is just shredding them. The counter battery has been very successful. Yeah, they're just slamming that corps. They're trying to weaken the Confederate corps while the Confederate Army is pushing its corps to the far Union right. And we've got another corps of Polk's infantry moving down. Polk's infantry are holding where they are currently. They're very thinned out. Looks like they've lost a lot of men in their advance. So let's see how they hold up. The crescent here is still holding pretty strong. It's Polk's far left flank maneuver that may or may not decide this battle. Because if they can break through with this whole rank of corps here, they can come through and sweep on in and take Frankfurt with no issues once they've routed the Union army. But that just depends, because the Unions seem to be outmaneuvered on the right flank here. On the Union right, they are slightly outmaneuvered, but they've got corps of infantry moving over into position. Looks like they've got more infantry corps going to be taking position as reserve in the center. Let's get down here and check out these Union troops. Impressive. Wow. Oh, they've got double ranks. They've got double ranks now. We've got the first rank firing and a second rank on the hilltop firing. Looks like they're moving an adequate number of troops over here. He's sending more infantry over. It looks like the right wing, the Union right wing, Confederate left are now engaging each other. Looks like they're going to have a little fight over this valley here. But Polk's Corps does have the high ground advantage. And it looks like he also has the high ground advantage over here. But these ranks are firing at each other. The left wing is going to be holding static and not really creating much movement over here. If you see the troops flickering, I do apologize. That's because we're using ultra settings for this battle, and it's kind of overwhelming for the engine, because it's really only made for about 120 man units. These units have about 600 men apiece. Yeah, 600. Their corps is just getting wrecked. And he's realizing that the Confederate center is getting really hammered with this artillery. As you can see, it's caused a lot of damage to their units. Oh, man. God, Hardee's corps is just getting shredded. More Union infantry pushing over to the Confederate left, Union right. The battle is so big. Like, it's so much that it's kind of hard to observe. So I'm trying my best to just kind of like look at both perspectives. We've got a huge rank. He is not committing his forces to a further left flank. He could do that while these units are engaged, instead of waiting for these units to get into position and stall his flank maneuver. So I'm surprised that he is not being very aggressive. Hold on. Let's see what they're doing. He is getting them to run. So I'm wondering what Polk's going to do on this side. It looks like this is going to be where the attack is being held. Here we go. He sees those reinforcements coming. He's going to go ahead and take initiative and push forward and try to have that field advantage. He knows that he's not going to win this fight if he stays put, so he's going to take his infantry and push it down, swinging into the Union right, hoping that he can get there and break some Union before this flank is secured. That is their big concern right now. The center of the field is just shooting back and forth, while most of what the battle is going to be decided here on the Union right flank. But their middle lines, their middle corps, are taking substantial casualties based on this artillery barrage that they've just been in direct fire of. It looks like Polk is moving to the right to check on his other units. While, yeah, it looks like a majority of the fighting is going to be pretty much right here. They might just, it looks like they're going to try to have a slugging match. Instead of fighting it out with charges and counter charges, they're going to use battery, counter battery, and infantry spread along a long-ass line. It looks like he's got battery moving off from the center to the right. Oh, they're bringing on an echelon of Artie. Just trying to concentrate efforts right there on that center. They want to break that center. And I have a feeling that what they want to do is they want to divide and conquer. So right now they're just kind of stalling. The Union wants to divide and conquer. They want to push all this. This is where the bulk of the battle is going to be happening today. I can tell. This is where all the fighting is really going to be happening on the Union right. The center is just kind of a shooting back and forth, with the far Union left kind of focusing on, it looks like Polk, or Hardee is going to be moving his men out of artillery range. Very strange decision to pull back. I'm unsure of what he is doing. It's a little too early in the battle for me to say that the Union are winning or the Confederacy is winning, because we don't really know. All I can tell you is that with Hardee's corps on the Union left pushing back, which is where we're facing the center Union left, with the Confederate left over here moving backward. It's very strange maneuvering. I figured that they would want to hold ground. This gives the chance for the Union to push up, but they will have to fight up a hill, and I do not believe they're going to do that. Over here on the right wing, the fighting is beginning thick. It's getting very thick, very decisive fighting over here on this side of the battle. The Union basically have to hold. They have to hold. This is a tremendous army, and they have to win. The way they're looking at it is they have to obtain victory today. Golly. We're going to just watch these guys over here. He's trying to push more units over here to the far left to get a vice grip on that, but we have Union artillery pushing over to set up. They're going to barrage the hell out of them on that ridge line there. It looks like he's going to be rather aggressive, trying to force units in here. Yeah. It does look like there is going to be some sort of heavy push. The Union right is not prepared for an aggressive action, and they're continuously pushing. Confederacy wants to get a stronghold in this area. This is where a lot of the decisive engagement is going to be taking place. The rest of the units on the field are just kind of slugging it out, shooting at each other, while this is about maneuver and tactics, and they're really trying to get an advantage on this side of the field because the Union right is going to be where I feel the battle is going to be decided. So we're going to just pay attention to this rank here. Let's see what they're doing. He's setting up a double rank. He's still trying to push units in. 3 units trying to push them on that flank. They want that flank bad, but the Union is not going to let them have it without a fight. We've got 2 more regiments of infantry moving back into position. He's pulled this unit out, which has taken almost half losses. And he's moving this unit, 16th U.S. Infantry 1st Battalion, 7 companies, under Captain Edwin F. Townsend. They're fighting it out. This side of the battlefield is shockingly silent. So they're just getting to free battery, these guys. These guys are getting thinned out. It's not going anywhere on Hardee's side of the field, surprisingly, just kind of staying stagnant, letting that artillery just smack them. Let's see the left side of the field here, which seems to be... Yeah, they're still trying to outmaneuver them, which is interesting. Very interesting. This unit's trying to move there. They're going to try to stop them. It's just going to be a slugging match all through here. I think that the Confederates are trying to get them to extend their units on the left, Union left. Well, yes, Union right. My apologies. But I think that the Confederates want to extend their line and weaken somewhere in the center so they can push. But we've already got units routing and getting a little tired. It looks like he's pushing some more of his corps to the left, to his, to his left, to the Confederate left, Union right. Looks like he's going to be taking battle line formation, and they're going to just try to do a slugging match directly in each other's faces. That's very interesting. I am very... Oh, there we go. Open fire immediately. Give them a volley right to their face. Too bad I can't see what's in the Confederate ranks because of how they do it. All right, it looks like Union forces are getting a little aggressive, having to weaken that center a little bit, which is concerning, to say the least. A little concerning. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but it looks like the engagement is going to be stacking over here on the Union right with Polk's corps. This seems to be the major concern of the ranks over here. This is a very big battle, very surprisingly large. These guys aren't really... I don't know what's going on this side of the field. He's moving these guys over here, I guess, to extend the line and reinforce his rear. But, oh, we've got units routing. 2 units are routing now. It looks like Hardy's corps is getting weak. There's a 3rd corps getting a little weak. They're getting exhausted. And that's, I think, what the Union left flank wanted to do, was weaken Hardy's corps, get them tired, so they can focus their resources on the Union right flank, Confederate left, in hopes to just cause some damage, just to get them. Looks like there was a attempted charge over here. We're going to stay focused on this flank because it seems to be this is going to be the major corner of the battle. Wow.
Sir, I fear your general is in mortal peril, sir.
They are playing it pretty smart. What is he doing? He's going to be advancing. The Union left are going to get a little bit more aggressive and try to move forward in a sweeping action. Hardy is going to be responding by advancing several units forward. I'm not sure what's going to happen over here on the Union left flank, but we're going to go ahead and go back to the right flank and make sure that we see everything that's going on over here, because I feel like this is going to be the most critical part of the battle itself. I've said that a couple times. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself. Just trying to give some decent narration. Today's battles, both 1 and 2 of Cycle 2 of the campaign, are going to be posted on the channel today, either today or tomorrow. And we'll see how things progress. All right, excuse me. Sorry, I'm back. Oh, we look like we have Union shifting. Confederates are getting a little scrambled here. We got an entire unit breaking. It looks like the Union Army has the superior advantage on the field. Oh, he's retreating. They're retreating off the hill. I wonder what's going on. I wonder why he's withdrawing off this flank. Interesting. Interesting. He decides to pull his units. They're now marching backward, exposing their backs to the enemy fire. Artillery is just drilling them. They want to try to bait the enemy into a forwarded movement. Look at that, the casualties. the Confederacy is taking at this time is just, it's just bad. They are getting smacked. Backs are turned. Let's see over here on the right, on the left flank here. We've got Union left advancing, fighting Hardy's Corps. Hardy is going to be pushing forward and back a little bit. They're getting aggressive on this front. Hardy's Corps is holding really strong, but the over-aggressiveness on here on the Union right flank is a little surprising. Their advance failed. They're pulling back troops. The artillery is slamming the hell out of them. Wow. There's General Alexander M. McCook. He's holding his infantry up a little bit, telling him to hold fire, get refreshed. Oh, sorry about that jerk. I did not mean to do that. Cycling that out infantry to keep them fresh. Wow. They just keep withdrawing. That's very strange. The Confederates keep withdrawing to reposition. Every time they've done that, it's actually hurt them. These guys are getting really thin on men. They've got one more unit coming up to support, another unit coming up to support. They've got these units down here in the basin trying to keep them at bay. This has turned out to be one of the largest battles of the war so far. I cannot determine who is technically winning this engagement right now. To be honest with you, it's very close. I would say the positioning is very interesting. They have taken considerable casualties. Polk's Corps has taken a lot of casualties, but they seem to be holding pretty strong. Union infantry are still very fresh, very inspired, encouraged, inspired. They're eager and active. Believe it or not, their vitality is staying pretty good. Got a lot of fresh infantry corps still hanging out. Tired. This is going to be a battle of endurance. They're fighting to maintain endurance on the field. Wow. What if oh, we've got Polk's Cav retreating, or Hardy's Cav is retreating right now. I believe the Union have taken considerably less casualties than their opponent in this battle. I do see a good number of Union dead. It's not bad, though. It looks like the Union left is becoming a little more aggressive. The Union right is holding strong and looks to be facing a superior force. Wow, this is a fucking battle, guys.
Mm.
I can't really decide who's winning right now, honestly.
Oh, I can. I 100% can.
I can.
Who?
We are massacring them.
Honestly.
Hardy's dead.
Oh, Hardy died in the battle?
No, like, his army
His
is
core
gone.
is gone.
It's just Polk. And Polk's not winning. I'm
Yeah.
just massacring Polk with my artillery.
Polk is struggling to maintain control of the field for sure. I've been noting their egregious casualties. They've been trying to outmaneuver you. I think the battle will be decided here on the Union right, Confederate left.
It's already over. Like, Hardy's dead, pretty much.
Which I'm
And
surprised.
I have so many reserves still that it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, what about us? You see all those Polk in the field right there?
Yeah.
You can say goodbye to them.
Alright.
I don't like them
that.
anymore.
Yeah. Like,
All right. Well, checking in with them, they think that they have control of the field. It does look like the Union has broken through Hardy's center core here, and they are rebuilding their position. Hardy is moving his army, repositioning his army back onto his flank. The enemy is now, the Confederate forces are now separated in two, and this will pose to be a very bad engagement for Polk's Corps because it's extending even further to the right. It does look like the Union are going to have potential successful engagement here. Hardy's Corps has been just massacred. They took so many casualties because they sat there idle on the hill and on this hill just taking artillery shots. But I will say that they are holding on pretty strong. The morale for Hardy's units is pretty great. Wow. Wow. This artillery has been at work the whole game. Hardy's Corps is being surrounded right now by the Union left. And that's surprising. So the enemy has been divided. And now the battle is going to be focusing around Polk's Corps. We will check on Hardy's Corps and the Union left here in a minute. We're going to mainly be... Oh, it looks like we've got... An artillery group has been routed. We've got a unit over here getting a little weak because they're outflanked. Oh, and they broke. There they go. This is actually very surprising. I expected the Confederates to win in the long run. I would honestly, if I were the Confederate Army right now, I would order a general retreat, because if they stay here and they try to fight it out the long run, they are going to get massacred. Hold on, we have a charge over here? Oh, it is. They're charging downhill. Incredible decision. Very, very strange decision. I don't know why he is charging the enemy center. That is very strange. He's pushing his general up to try to inspire, but that puts him in danger. Wow. Oh, we've got, for the sake of our PA, the Colonel John H. McLaren over here with Hardy. They're both on their sides, respectively, trying to rally their men during a huge push. It looks like Hardy wants to break the enemy on the left and try to take any last-ditch effort to reunite with the rest of his forces and or eliminate the enemy guns. And it is not going well. Looks like these units are holding really strong. Outnumbered, although. The Confederate units are holding pretty strong against this Union group. They're both holding pretty strong. Nobody's wavering yet. Uh-oh, there we go. They're both getting very tired. They're going to break any second now. The Union men are holding their center. Hardy is watching. 1 unit's broke. 2 units have broken. 3 units have broken. Holy shit. Hardy's forces are basically in a position where they are collapsing. The Union left has full control of the field. Hardy's men are collapsing. He's taking considerable losses. We're going to go over here and look at Polk. And it looks like Polk... Oh, we've got a unit that has withdrawn from the battle. It looks like everybody's getting kind of tired over here on this side of the field. It's getting pretty tough. Is that Polk's general? Nope. They're getting into a desperate position. If they're going to withdraw, the Union left is going to be they're going to be getting aggressive and pushing forward. This is not a cav unit. Looks like dismounted horses just kind of left. Hardy is withdrawing. His units are now trying to take some sort of defensive position, but they aren't really going to have much of a chance. It looks like Hardy is going to be issuing his last stand orders. It looks like they are shifting left, or shifting right. The Confederates are shifting left. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, they're shifting right with several corps to try to relieve his corps, or they're trying to unify is what it looks like. They're taking considerable losses on this side of the field. They're completely surrounded into a bowl of death. I call this the bowl of death. You see that? Perfect little bowl. It's a bowl of death. And what you basically do is you create a chevron of fire, all focusing at the enemy center. And this can cause an army to rout very quickly. This is a common tactic you'll see, especially in Total War games, when the enemy wants to try to encircle their opponent. It looks like he's going to be reinforcing his right. The only army left looks to be Polk's army, and they are in a hell of a firefight over here. Wow. Just wow. Trying to hold them off on this hill. It's not working out for him. Union infantry is going to be holding pretty strong on the Union left. Union right seems to be fighting a very young a very youthful force. They don't seem to be very fatigued. They're holding on pretty decently. This is a basin. They can't even cross, so they're firing at each other in a basin. That's pretty impressive. Oh, hold on. What it looks to be, the Union forces on the Union left are going to be trying to focus down Hardy's men And then they're probably going to regroup and sweep in over on this side of the field and push down on Polk's Corps, trying to create some tension.
Weary, sir.
Which unit is... Oh, that unit right there. They've come back into the field. Usually when your men come back like this, don't move them. Let them rest. Because if you get them to move, they just reroute. They just route again. So it seems like the whole front of the battle is going to be on the right side of the field. We've got huge battle lines fighting over this little valley basin. Polk's Corps has been holding really strong. The artillery pressure, though, has been really, really tiring the enemy out. There's just so many dead. Wow. Wow, look at this whole field. This whole cornfield is just filled with dead guys. That is insane. Hardy's Corps is holding on that hill. The left side is pretty much tamed and under control, but the right side is still very much a French. It looks like these guys are getting pretty tired. Oh, it looks like they've gotten their vitality back. They're still trying to fight as much as they can. It's turned into a maelstrom of just bullets and blood. Today, this is basically our campaign's Antietam right here. This is basically Antietam Creek all over again. Except it's going to be in the Union hands this time. Oh. It looks like he is ordering a general retreat. The Union Army has... They're chasing him down. They're trying to chase him down, keep him off the field. Oh, his whole corps just shattered. They just can't do it. They cannot take that much field. They cannot take that much of a fire. That much fire. Let's go check the Union right here. Looks like a Union unit has routed. I'm unsure of where. Over here on the flank. This flanking troop has retreated. God, this battle has just raged for probably the better part of 2 hours. We've got a mini Gettysburg right here. But yeah, it looks like Hardy's Corps is going to be ordering a general retreat. They're falling back, trying to buy their men some time. I'm surprised he hasn't limbered his guns and repositioned them to help on the Union right. Oof, sorry. You right here. Your enemy's right there.
That'll come up and save Kentucky, real. No cap.
I am honestly surprised that you have not ordered the Confederate Army to withdraw completely.
That's not my order. That's metagaming.
It's true. Well, I think
I went up there. And they asked me, "Hey, is surrendering or retreating an option?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Do you guys want to do that?" And they're like, "No."
Oh my
So
god.
I'm just watching
we're
my
gonna do
entire
that.
army die, bro. What do you want from me?
I think they think we're gonna do that.
They
You think
think
we're gonna retreat?
No. There is no way that's what they think.
they think
are
they were
not that
winning.
retarded.
They were thinking they were
I don't
winning.
know.
I'll be right back. I'm still recording. I just want to pop in and say hey. But it does look like
I told them, if you want to retreat or surrender, just DM me. Haven't got a DM yet, so I guess the army is routing off the field. Okay.
well, this
Not
sounds
routing,
like
it ceased to exist.
this sounds like Union leadership is about some Union or some Confederate leadership is about to get fired because
Manassas!
This is
Manassas!
that's literally
Manassas!
yes,
Manassas!
yes. That's what the
generals
Union
did you
scream.
guys bring anyway?
Oh, we brought our chief as generals.
McLernan?
And McCook. They brought the
And
cheapest.
Brian.
They brought basically colonels to the field of battle, and they were
Mine
outnumbered.
is a major general. I don't have any colonels.
It's
Mine's,
okay.
mine's
It's okay.
Brig-Gen.
For the sake of it, they're colonels, but they're the lowest ranking generals they could get. And I mean, the generals have been. I try to like focus on the generals, see where they are in the battlefield, and I've been watching the generals.
Oh, Ethan's
Jumble
gone. I
around.
think he's like begging his team
Please
to retreat.
withdraw. They've taken the field. Withdraw. You're slaughtering my armies.
No, Ava, look at the field over here. Look at where
I
Uncle's
know,
line
I
is.
see it.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
I will say
Okay,
that.
they're retreating. They're retreating.
All right, they are going to order a general retreat.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, they need to start withdrawing their actual armies and start taking them in the opposite direction.
Hold on, now they have to retreat their entire army?
Time
Yes.
to mount up the cavalry.
They have to actually withdraw their men. If they're going to
that
retreat,
means I'm gonna be able to cut off some fucking.
if
I'm about to surround some motherfuckers, dude.
I mean, that's your decision. If you all want to show, this is because of Manassas. Y'all are like, we are getting revenge for Manassas.
Where
That's what
exactly
this
do they have to retreat to?
is. Just the opposite direction.
Oh, well, one of them is like, they're already at the edge of the
Yeah,
map on the
no,
left.
Hardy is dead. That's
Okay,
what.
Hardy-
Just ignore Hardy.
Yeah,
Ignore Hardy, but Polk hasn't moved. He's still in an active firefight.
like he is in a.
Shoot at him, and
Bucket.
that's dealing casualties,
Bye.
which is...
I'll be right back. All right, so it looks to me that the Confederate forces have given the order for a general retreat, and so now they're just getting shot in the back. Entire half of Polk's corps has survived. He's withdrawing. It looks like Hardy has been routed off of the field. They're trying to withdraw their men completely from the field of battle. They're still engaged. Yep, it does look like there's going to be a general retreat. You see them withdrawing from the field to try to preserve some of Polk's corps. God. Oh my God. Look at this. This is just bloodshed. Just chains of the dead. Just chains of the dead. That is an unbelievable amount of casualties. Oh, that was a cool shot. That's awesome. Oh, wow. That was an exhausting fight for the Union as well. They did take some casualties for sure, but they did hold the initiative on the battlefield. Hold on. Who is this down here? Oh, they're still fighting over there. So Hardy's corps has been routed off of the field. They have withdrawn from battle. We've got a charge over here. 2 units. They're surrounded, pinched. One shatters. The other one's going. Any minute now. That one shatters. That one shatters. This whole side of the field for Polk's corps has routed. They're just pushing forward, trying to get the enemy off of the field of battle. For a minute there, they were worried they weren't going to be able to push the enemy off the field, but the Union has had control of the field. The generals of the last battles are screaming, "Remember Manassas," because in the last campaign battle, Manassas was one of the first battles, and it was a major Union defeat that led to the death of Irwin McDowell. This is not historical, of course. This is a campaign. But in one of our last campaign battles, for Manassas, McDowell was leading a corps. That corps was slaughtered in the field of battle, and McDowell fell. And the Union Army and government considered it to be one of the worst defeats so far, which led to a Union victory at Strasbourg, and now a Union victory on 2 very critical points of engagement. So it looks like Louisville and Frankfurt have been taken by the Union Army. Right now, we're watching the general retreat of Polk's army. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I want to say thank you to everyone who viewed this content. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Please leave a like, subscribe, any comments, suggestions. If y'all want to hear or see some new content or anything like that, just let me know. I've got plenty of video games. I just don't know what to play next. But this is a part of our campaign. This is going to be a pretty regular occurrence on this channel. You're going to see a lot of this. The campaign battle is now going to be moving into Winter 61. And now we're going to be in the next cycle of turns, cycle 3 of the campaign, will be focusing on the West Transmiss theaters. And the map will be updated to reflect the Union victory today. So we'll post some stuff about that. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. Likes and subscribes. You all have a great evening. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.